Hey guys, let's see if I remember how to put on makeup. I'm gonna start with this Pat McGrath primer. I forget the name, but I'm gonna leave it somewhere on the screen. And I love this primer. I love how it mattifies my skin, but at the same time, it feels very moisturizing. So, loving this primer. Along with that, I am going to use my Pat McGrath foundation. I believe I am in the shade Medium Deep 24. And again, I'm going to leave the product details down in the description bar below. And guys, I have been loving this foundation brush by Wayne Goss. In fact, I think I love a dual fiber foundation brush whenever I'm using a foundation that is kind of thin in consistency. And the Pat McGrath foundation is quite thin, even though it does pack a punch, and you really can build it to a full coverage foundation. When I first used this foundation, I really didn't like it, but now I love it. And the Pat McGrath concealer, this has quickly become my absolute favorite concealer, the best concealer that I have tried to date. I love it. So you guys know I can't do my brows on camera, so I had to do those off camera, but now I am going to set my concealer with the Pat McGrath Sublime Blurring Setting Powder. Oh my goodness, guys, the best under eye setting powder I own. Well, it's definitely in my top 3. I love this stuff so much I had to buy a backup of it. I have the shade Deep, and guys, it's not deep at all. It's actually quite light to say it's deep, but it definitely blurs. I mean, look at this. The video speaks for itself. And actually, I use this powder to set my entire face. It definitely works wonderfully underneath the eyes, but I use it all over my face. I also have it in the medium shade, and I use that shade when I want more of a highlighted look underneath the eyes. So now I'm going to use Pat McGrath's loose setting powder, and I think this is also in the shade Deep. I can't remember, but it will be listed down below in the description bar. But guys, this powder is a little bit too dark for me, so I use it to bronze my face. It's not overly deep, but it's perfect just to add a little extra warmth to my skin and add a little bit of dimension for an everyday look. I absolutely love it as a bronzer. So guys, listen, you know, because of COVID, I've barely been wearing makeup. So I had to kind of, just test things out to see if I remembered how to put on eyeshadow. And so I'm using my Louise eyeshadow base. Love this stuff. I mean, eyeshadows just stick to it and they last all day. So here is Pat McGrath's Divine Rose, and I do have this eyeshadow palette in the limited edition packaging. I love these eyeshadows. I mean, the colors are quite cool toned. I'm not a cool toned eyeshadow girl, but every now and then I love a nice cool toned eyeshadow look. I love purple eyeshadows, of course, and purple in essence is a cool toned color, but this is especially cool tone, so you do have to be very careful with these eyeshadows to make sure they don't come across looking a little bit ashy or grayish. Now this next color brings the heat. This color, in my opinion, brings the much needed warmth to any look you create with this eyeshadow palette. It's a beautiful brown shade with purple undertones. It's really a color that's somewhat hard to describe, but I actually really love this shade. I don't know if I would love this palette without this shade. So anytime I use this eyeshadow palette, I incorporate this shade into the look, so like I said, it adds some warmth to an otherwise very cool toned eyeshadow palette. And now I'm just trying to decide what shade to use on my lids. I couldn't decide, so I figured I would use two colors. Now this shade is a beautiful icy grayish lavender. I really like this shade. It's cool toned, but it's so pretty. It has such a beautiful sheen to it. You know, let's just be honest. Pat McGrath has some sort of magic in her satin metallic type of shades. Now this shade I just used right in the center to just make that lilac or lavender shade pop a little bit more. The two together is absolutely beautiful. I loved the way it came out. So now I'm just using my Estee Lauder pressed powder as a transitional shade. Just wanted to blend everything together. I'm only going to work and I'm pretty much going to be closed off in my office. So I didn't want anything too drastic, but like I said, I haven't really been wearing makeup lately, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And I gotta be honest, it just feels really good to kind of pamper myself up and play in my makeup. And so I really enjoy getting ready this morning. And so now I'm using that brown shade that I absolutely love on my lower lash line, just to, again, add some dimension to the eyeshadow look and to tie the color in the outer V to the lower lash line. And here I'm using a liquid eyeliner by Pat McGrath. I'm not sure if this was just a limited edition liquid liner. As a matter of fact, I think it came with a set. I think it came in a set. I don't remember, but it's definitely dried out, but I went ahead and used it and it ended up working out for what I needed for today. I didn't want anything too drastic anyway, so it came out really well. Now, this Pat McGrath highlighter is so beautiful. I absolutely love this highlighter. Oh my goodness. I haven't been wearing makeup, like I said, very often, but when I have been wearing makeup, I have been wearing cheek products like highlighters and blushes because I know that right above the mask shows. And so, yeah, I have been wearing highlighter every time I wear makeup here lately. And here I'm just using one of my favorite mascaras, and this is the one by It Cosmetics. Absolutely love this mascara. I love how black it is. I love how it elongates my lashes and just make them look thick and full. I really like this mascara. And so guys, I hope that my camera is picking up the image. I hope the lighting is okay because I'm using my iPad to record this. And this is a Tom Ford blush that I recently purchased. Guys, oh my goodness, look at that blush. It is beautiful and it packs a punch. It is so pigmented, and this is one of the longest lasting blushes that I own. I absolutely love it. Now I'm going in with this black eyeshadow. This is from the Wayne Goss eyeshadow palette. And again, I am doing this because the liquid eyeliner that I had was somewhat dried out. And so I just needed to add a little bit more dimension on my top lash line. And the black eyeshadow in that Wayne Goss, I think this is the Warm palette. I can't remember the name of it. But that black eyeshadow is one of the best black eyeshadows that I own. And then now I'm going to go in with that brown shade in the eyeshadow palette, just again to bring a little bit more warmth to my eyeshadow look. And here I am using the Pillow Talk Intense Lip Liner by Charlotte Tilbury. One of my best finds of 2020. Absolutely love that lip liner. It lasts all day. Now, this lipstick I purchased in the limited edition packaging from Pat McGrath, but I already owned it. And honestly, I wanted to save the lipstick for a giveaway, but I wasn't thinking. I just opened it and used it. And so, yeah, that's what happened. So guys, I have set my face and we are pretty much done. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, as always, you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and He loves you. And I will see you in the next video.